Hello all my fishy friends. So we've been here at the BUOY 10 fishery in Astoria, Oregon for the last week, absolutely crushing fish. And one of the things we've been crushing fish on is our new Yakima Bait cut plug. So I'm going to show you real quick how I'm rigging these things, from tying the knots, the hooks I use, leader line, the whole thing. So what you're going to want to do is you want to start with some 40-pound leader. I like this P-line SS fluorocarbon. It's good stuff for big salmon. You know, peel yourself off, a decent amount. I usually go, kind of an arm's width length. It gives you a little bit to work with. You may have a little extra leader, but that's not going to hurt anything. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to tie what's called a nush knot. I use Gamakatsu 3/0 Big River hooks. These things are great. They don't bend out. They don't break. They're very sharp. So on this knot, what you're going to want to do, you can see I got my end of my tag line and my hook. I'm going to face it through the front of the hook eye. Okay, I'm going to plot a little tag in. You see I have this tag in, and I'm going to push this same piece back through the same eye that I pushed it through. Okay, and you want to see if you leave yourself a little tag in. Now, this is going to create a loop back here. So it's called a nush knot. You can find this obviously right here, or VIP Outdoors has a great tech tip on how to do this. You want to pull this knot just enough that you can slide a hook over it. I'm going to show you what I mean here in just a second. Now I'm going to tie this like an egg loop, but before I do, I'm going to pin my tag end back. Okay, then I'll give it 5 or 6 good, you want to keep them tight wraps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we'll go 6. And you pinch the line to keep it tight. Okay. Now I'm going to take the other tag in. This is the hard part because I'm trying to shove 40-pound line through the same hook eye 3 times, right? And so I'm going to try to shove the line right through there one more time. And all I'm doing now is I'm just tying my egg loop. Come on and go through there, little buddy. Hard with giant hands and a small hook. So I'm trying to show you too. So it goes right through the eye. There we go. So as you can see, I poked that tag in back through. I'm going to give myself just a little tag in. I'm going to lay that line in as I'm holding the rest of this, and I'm going to continue my wraps so that they're in line, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This cinches this down. I pull it tight, wet my knot, and I pull it through just like I would an egg loop. Okay? Take your time. You're not in no hurry. You don't want to mess up the knot. It takes a while to tie. Now, you can see this now. I'm going to tighten this down. See it all cinched down? I'm left this long tag in a loop. So I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to trim my tag end off. Right there, okay? Now I'm stuck with this loop. How do I get my second hook on? Well, I take my other Gamakatsu Big River 3/0. Okay, I'm going to take this line, I'm going to fold it down. If you can see that, I'm going to pinch it down to where it's almost a V. And that's going to allow me to push this through the eye of this hook at some point. It always works, there it goes. Now when you get on here, you can see they're facing the same way. What I want to do is I want them to face opposite ways. So I'm simply just going to roll this hook over. I slide it up and then I push the hook itself right through this loop here. Come on, little buddy. There it goes. Then I can pull it tight, right? So now I've got my nush knot tied. I've got 2 opposite facing 3/0 Gamakatsu Big River hooks. And I've also done something really cool here. Now I can change this hook out if I want, but I've doubled this. So now this is 80 pounds because there's 2 sets of 40 here. So now where the fish chew the most, I've got double the leader. Now I'm going to continue my rigging. I've got some of this VIP micro tubing. This stuff is great for creating spacing to get around the hooks, and I'll show you. I'm going to cut about 1 inch off of this. I'm going to take my 3mm beads. I'm going to slide 1 3mm bead down my leader. Okay. And then this piece of micro tubing. Now this is just a buffer for spacing. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here in just 1 second. This allows me to use bigger hooks. Okay. And I'm going to put my other bead on. Now after I put my other 3mm bead on, I'll show you what the rig looks like. Okay, so you can see I've got my 2 Gamakatsu 3/0 Big River hooks facing opposite ways. I've got a 3mm bead, I've got a 1-inch section of VIP micro tubing, and I've got another 3mm bead tied on my 40-pound P line. So now I get the fun part. I get to pick my toy. So this double treble cut plug has been absolutely killing it. And you can see it's got an opening here and here for your line. Real simple. I'm going to pop this open. I'm going to slide my leader through the guide eye, and I'm going to slide it out the guide eye for the top of the plug. Okay, I'm going to slide it all down. So this is what your finished rigged cut plug looks like. Okay. Now you can see what I said about spacing, right? And so now what happens is I can use a larger hook size because now when this thing spins, you see how it spins right around that hook. It's never going to hit that hook. Plus it adds a little bit of a flash and flare to your cut plug. So stuff this with anything you like. We've been stuffing with tuna and oil. That's a great bait. You can add all sorts of different scents after that. But this is my rigging for the Yakima Bait cut plug.